from Hey Booktubes, and today is toxic book couples. So I've had this idea on my list for forever, and then just recently Brie from 11 Words did a very similar one. Hers were more like, this guy is the mafia, this guy is a serial killer. Obviously I would never condone this in real life. Mine is not that. Mine is just the dynamic between the couple had things that I personally would not be okay with for myself, my sister, my friend, my daughter, you get it. But fictionally, it still worked for me. There are a couple of these where the author didn't completely sell me on the couple, but I still gave the book 4 stars. It was still good, and you might enjoy it. First one I have is Bare to You, which is Crossfire #1 by Sylvia. This is a 5 or 6 book series. Why can't I not remember? I don't know. About the same couple, and they have so much drama. Even though they break up a lot at the end of books, they're back together really quickly in the beginning of books. So you really do get a lot of couple focus time on them, but this is a billionaire and a rich kind of socialite, but she is a graphic designer or something like that, who starts a new job in his building. Both main characters are victims of childhood sexual assault and sexual abuse, and so is her best friend, so is a coworker. A coworker has a sexual assault, other people, so like it's all over the place in the series. You really don't see it on page. You see them talking to each other about it. So it's not actively happening, but it's something that they deal with a lot. And they also, therapy is a big focus in the series. She and her best friend met in a therapy group. She gets him to go to therapy. They have drama with another therapist. She goes to her mother's therapist. So therapy is a big focus in the series. But if you don't want to read about an essay survivor, that's kind of what the whole series is about. So I love this series. I love the main characters, but they are so toxic. They are very codependent, very clingy, very jealous and possessive. And also, like, there's a time when he tells her no and she does it anyways, and I was not very comfortable with that. He was okay with it. I was not. There's just a lot of things with the two of them. They make each other jealous on purpose. There's just a lot of stuff. I love it. I love this series so much. I just do. But they have quite a few red flags. The next one is The Wrong/Right Man by Aurora Reynolds. This is a girl who goes on a blind date. It's amazing. She wakes up the morning after to a text from her friend asking why she stood up her blind date. And she's like, he's right here. He spent the night. And it wasn't him. So he lies to her at the beginning. And then he's very alpha. So he makes a lot of decisions without asking her. He's very jealous and possessive. It's mostly the you don't need to know, don't worry about it thing, and the lack of communication in that way. And that I'm just gonna make decisions for you without asking your opinion. That, for me, would be a problem. Was this book great? Yeah, it is. If you like jealous, possessive alpha, you're gonna love this book. As long as you like insta-love, because it's definitely insta-love. Then I have 4 Psychos, which is The Dark Side #1 by Kristy Cunning. This is a reverse harem paranormal romance. Basically, she doesn't exist. She's not a ghost, but she doesn't exist except when she's around these 4 guys and they can't see her or hear her or anything. And then one day they can. And they are so mean to her. It takes them so many books to get on board. I was just like, you guys need to be nice to her. I don't like this. It made me very sad. But this is a great series. Where you end up is not where you began. You get new developments every single book, and it's very interesting with the paranormal side of it. But then relationship wise, like, she deserved better than what they were giving her. And then at the end I was like, why do you all like her? I don't understand. But no, it's good. It's really good. I can't tell you any of the twists, any of the sort of reasons, any of the paranormal things, because you do get those all revealed, but very fun series. And it's not dark, it's actually quite funny. They're just not the nicest to her. Then I have Love and War by Shae. This is an established couple marriage in trouble novella, and I just thought he should probably leave her. But when I tell you, my jaw was on the floor when I read the reveals in this book, and I was just like, very toxic, very toxic. It is a wild ride. It is well worth the read. I think that you would be entertained. I personally thought he deserved better. But it is wild. It's wild. Basically, you have a couple who's separated and she has the kids, and it's at the beginning of quarantine, and he wants to quarantine with his family. He doesn't want to not see his kids for weeks on end, so she lets him come back, and that's when all goes down, and it is something. I was on his team the whole way. Lastly, I have Still Standing, which is Wild West MC #1 by Kristen Ashley. So this is a motorcycle club romance. This is the president. There is a sexual assault, and after the sexual assault, he loses control and harms her. So that, yeah, big problem there. And then like 70% of this book, I was like, I do not like you, my man. Literally the only reason why I kept reading this book was because it was Kristen Ashley, and I was like, no, she's not putting me through all this to not make me want him to be with her in the end, which I did, but 70%, I love like the last 30%, but like the first 70%, no. He just was not nice to her, and basically she was in debt from an ex-boyfriend or something like that to a drug dealer, and he was using her as a errand girl, I think is how they end up meeting. But yeah, one, if you don't like alphas or motorcycle club romances, don't read this. If you don't already like Kristen Ashley, I wouldn't recommend starting with this one at all. Because again, like 70% of the book, I was like, I don't know, maybe we could do better than this man. Toxic. He was not the nicest person. But in the end, I was kind of happy that they were together. So there you go. Toxic book couples. What's a toxic couple? They're just like, yeah, no. If you were dating my sister, I would be trying to smuggle her out of the country so you couldn't find her. But fictionally, you got me. I would love to know. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.